Good afternoon, everyone. This is student forecaster Eric Drewitz, and I'm here to bring you the latest outlook on all this lake effect snow. So, without further ado, let's bring up the current observations over the northeastern United States. And as you see, temperatures, in the mid to lower 20s across most of the regions, some upper teens around Watertown, Lowville. Um, and also down by southern Erie and Chautauqua counties where you have those really heavy lake effect bands right now. Um, Now let's go to look at the current satellite. So first, let's look at the visible, and let's see how do we. Oh yeah, just all right. So you see with the visible satellite imagery, lots of clouds coming off of Erie and Ontario. Um, Looks like most of the areas, southern Erie into Chautauqua County, and then northern Oswego, more so in Jefferson County, are the two regions that are experiencing heavy lake effect snow. Uh, and now let's get to the. This is the current GFS 15Z 850 millibar temperatures, winds. So you can see that due to this low pressure system, strong low up here, and then this high down here, um, since we have a low to our north and east and a high to our south and west, we're having this really good cold airflow, this Arctic flow out of Canada, which is creating the conditions for lake effect snow. Generally, actually, this time of the year is the best time for lake effect snow because, unlike January, February, March, the lake's actually warmer. The lake's warmer right now than it is then, so you have more instability when you have cold air over the warm lake now than you would in March when the temperature for say is 32 degrees. Right now, actually, current lake temperature is 48 for Ontario and 46 for Erie. It's probably because Erie is a little bit shallower than Ontario, so Ontario would probably be a little warmer. And let's go to current radar imagery. Refresh that. Oh, looks like I got to relog back in. Just one moment. Okay, so this should boot up in a minute or two. So we'll look at the Montague radar, the KTYX radar. This is this radar's in Montague, New York, and you can see there's a decent lake effect band over central and northeastern Jefferson County right now. Looks like Watertown's in pretty good. Generally, it looks like the reflectivities are around 30 dBZs in the heaviest band right now. But I know tonight areas in the Tug Hill region, or this region pretty much, are going to be in for really heavy lake effect snow, which I'll be getting to in a couple minutes. Well, more than that. But anyway, let's look at the environment first. So start out basic. 1,500 millbar thickness is the 12Z NAM and GFS and the 0Z Euro, and we are looking at this is 0Z tonight or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as you see, there's a really big trough in the east as a result of that synoptic system pulling out of our region, exiting our region yesterday, which is bringing down some real cold air from Canada. And as you see, conditions look really favorable for lake effect this entire week, pretty much according to the NAM, with this really cold air over our region. And this is the 12Z GFS. Actually, should. Alright, so this is the 12Z GFS, and as you see again, still some really cold air in our region up to about Sunday. And Sunday, according to GFS, it looks like we should warm up a bit. And next week we're looking into more of a warmer pattern. And here's the 0Z run of the Euro. Again, showing really cold air for this week, but then warming up around Sunday and into next week. So that's it on that. And now we're looking at the 850 millibar heights, relative humidity, temperatures, and winds. So this is again the 12Z NAM, 12Z GFS, 0Z European. Um, and yeah, this is 0Z tonight. You see the relative humidity at 850 millibars. Looks really humid. And temperatures around minus 15 C, minus 15 degrees Celsius, according to the NAM, which is good for development of lake effect snow. And it looks like we have a westerly flow at about between 40 and 60 knots. Looks like around the region. So expect blowing and drifting of snow, but this is at 850 millibars. But then, as you see at 12Z tomorrow morning, or 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, the winds at 850 decrease to about 30 knots. So, and also at the winds decrease to about 30 knots, and that's good for lake effect snow development because you don't want the winds to be too strong because you want mixing, but you want the winds to be weak enough that you'll have the formation of the lake effect snow bands. Looks like the wind shear. There's not much wind shear, which is really good for us, for snow lovers out there. But it looks like winds are primarily going to be west southwest. So people in the Tug and Watertown, you're looking at the most of this heavy snow, and then again, people in southern Erie and Chautauqua counties, people from off of Erie, you're looking at some real good snow. Although I know you already had some. One of my colleagues, shout out to Christina Reese. She's from West Seneca, and she posted pictures that were given to her. And apparently, West Seneca, New York, is already under 45 inches of snow. So shout out to Christina. Thank you for the pictures and the update. But yeah, again, temperatures, relative humidity, at least 80% for most of the region. The GFS has a little bit less of a wind, more so like, around 40, 45 knots. Temperatures again, around minus 15 degrees Celsius, which looks good. And yeah, again, throughout this week, it looks like chances for lake effect snow should be really good for the most part. All right, so now let's go looking at the 2 meter temps. I'm gonna be rushing through this all this environment stuff on the AccuWeather Pro just so I can save more time for the talk about actual band placement and whatnot. Anyway, this is the 12Z again, 12Z NAM, 12Z GFS, 0Z ECMWF, and this is 0Z tonight. So temperatures throughout this week look like they should be pretty cold. Looks like temperatures of middle January, highs around 30 degrees, and lows in the lower 20s and upper teens, depending on where you are. Some places could even see single digits in the higher elevations of the Adirondacks, Catskills, and it looks like around the southwest corner of New York State too. You could also potentially see some upper teens and possible single digits. Yeah, temperatures look really cold this week until about Sunday. Like I said, Sunday looks like the trough is going to be moving out east, and we're going to be getting into a little more of a ridge, so it'll be warmer, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for most of you people, but unfortunately for me because I actually like my cold and snow. But again, the European, showing temperatures still really cold throughout the week up until about Sunday, when things are going to be warming up back to normal. So this will be the cloud cover. I'm going to go through this really quick, but yeah, sometimes it's pretty cool because you can see the plumes of lake effect snow bands on the cloud cover on AccuWeather Pro. Like for example, there's a nice plume right here over southern Jefferson County, and then there's another plume right here over Southern Erie, and Chautauqua County. So things are going to be looking fun. So then this is throughout the week. Yeah, it looks like generally most of the clouds that are going to be in our region are going to be lake effect clouds. Ooh, there's a nice plume right here. Nice plume right here over. Actually, looks right over Watertown. But yeah, sometimes you can see the cloud plumes for lake effect snow bands using the operational models in AccuWeather Pro when you look at the cloud cover. When I go back, actually, ooh, this looks interesting. It looks like we could potentially have, according to the GFS, but a superior uh, Huron, Georgian Bay, Ontario lake to lake to lake to lake connection right here. Um, so when I go back, actually, let's look at that. Let's see. This was 84 hours out. So this is at 0Z Saturday. So 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday evening. And let's actually look at the winds at oh, let's look at the winds at 850 for that, according to the GFS. So yeah, that corroborates the cloud cover because you see there's this nice plume of moisture right here at 850 with a northwesterly synoptic flow, which actually looks like we could get a multiple lake connection, a band with a multiple lake connection. Actually, um, possibly looks like it's on track to hit Oswego. I'll look at this. I mean, it's still this is 0Z Saturday, and right now it's 2:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, so it's still kind of far out. It's 84 hours out, so can't predict a lake effect band that far out, but definitely something to keep an eye on as the week progresses. So now we'll look at the where were we back at cloud cover. And let's look at the euro. Let's see what the euro says for 96. So this is 0Z Saturday, and then the euro. Oh yeah, the euro has another nice the 850 millibar relative humidity winds. The euro has another nice plume of moisture with multiple lake connections, so maybe that could possibly be something to look at, for later in the week. Let's see if the NAM has it real quick. Yeah, the NAM has it too, but it looks like a little bit broken. But the NAM's hinting at a little bit of a multiple lake connection band as well. Let's look at the 850 millibar. Yeah, the NAM has a nice plume of moisture at 850 with a northwest synoptic flow. So hopefully we can definitely see some a multiple lake to lake to lake to lake connection this weekend. So anyway, this is the 12Z run of the NAM for the 10-meter winds. Again, 12Z NAM GFS and then 0Z ECMWF. But I see the streamlines are showing mostly a southwesterly synoptic flow over our region, and then changing to southerly, then changing to northwesterly as the week progresses, and that agrees with the showing us that agrees with that whole lake to lake connection band that I was talking about. That looks like it could potentially happen Friday evening. So actually, let's go back and let's look at the radar again. Although looks like I have to log out. Looks like I got logged out and I have to log back in. But let's look at the radar to see what things might look like over the Erie people, Chautauqua, or go over Buffalo, so Southern Erie, Chautauqua counties, and let's bring that up. So yeah, it looks like you have a real good, healthy lake effect snow band right here off of Lake Erie. Areas like Dunkirk, Fredonia are in the band. Hamburg looks like you're getting pretty good. I think my friend's town, like I said, West Seneca. I think that's somewhere like around here, somewhere around here. So they should be getting pretty good lake effect snow bands. But shout out to my little sister who's a freshman at University of Buffalo. You're in Amherst, so you're not really seeing much in the way of snow on this one. Um, so now let's take a look at the 4 kilometer high res NAM, and this is the 12Z run of the 4 kilometer high res NAM, and let's go to 0Z tonight. So 0Z tonight, it looks like again you're still having really good banding off of Erie for the Buffalo people, and it looks like you're having a good band off of Ontario for people in northern Jefferson and into St. Lawrence counties. Um, so as we forward through time, it looks like the band off of Erie starting to weaken a little bit, but as you look on Ontario, actually, it looks like we're going to be having a lake to lake connection. Actually, this band looks like it's getting stronger and dipping down a little bit. Uh, you see, it looks like we have a band developing in over here in Lake Huron, and the humidity and the instability is still there. So actually, it looks like we're going to have a multiple connection. And the people again in Jefferson County, Watertown, you're looking like you're going to get hammered tonight with the lake effect snow. People in Lewis County, Lowville, looking possible. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And then it looks like this band will start to moving south a little bit. And it looks like now we're going to have a little bit of a Georgian Bay connection. For all of you people who don't know the geography, this is Georgian Bay right here. And it looks like the band's developing here. So it looks like we're going to be having a little bit of a Georgian Bay connection, which should make things kind of interesting as we get to the morning hours. And now it's looking like most of the band will be centered over northern Oswego County, southern Jefferson County, so areas like northern Redfield could potentially see snow tomorrow morning. Then the band looks like it's going to be heading back up north, but it looks like a little bit of a synoptic-like system. Synoptic system will be moving into our area, bringing snow to the region, and then it looks like it'll be enhancing the lake effect machine once again, especially off of Erie. Where was that? I saw really nice right there. So especially off of Erie, actually the 4 kilometer high res NAM has a span going, looks like going even into Rochester a bit and span off of Erie. So who knows? And then also enhancing Ontario as well up here as it pulls out. So temperatures, we'll look at that now. Just so, I mean, I'm guaranteed pretty much any precipitation that's going to be falling this week is going to be snow. But I always like to look at temperatures to make sure 100% if it will be. So this is 0Z tonight or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this evening. And you see temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s. And as we go forward, this is 12Z tomorrow morning. Again, temperatures in the upper teens, lower 20s. Looks like we have some isolated single digits across the southwest portion of New York, Catskills, Adirondacks, Poconos. So you guys, it's going to be cold tonight. Even up here it looks like we have some minuses, some sub-zeros up in Ontario province of Canada. So some real Arctic airs over our region. And yeah, temperatures don't look like they should be really getting out of the mid to upper 20s. So definitely anything that's going to fall is snow. It's going to be in the form of snow. All right, so this will be the 10-meter winds. Let's go to 0Z tonight. Again, it looks like a southwesterly synoptic flow, which is going to be really good again for the Erie people. People in Chautauqua counties. My neighbor Jeff Chin is a student at SUNY Fredonia, so shout out to him. I hope you're enjoying the snow, but you'll be back on the island next week, so it'll be sunny skies and 50-degree weather then probably. But anyway, again, people in Jefferson County, you too, definitely Jefferson, St. Lawrence, looking good for you at this about this 240-ish synoptic flow, and it looks like that's going to be persisting. So people, I'm sorry to say, but Oswego people, it doesn't really look like Oswego City is going to really get um, any real good lake effect this time, but you never know. But based on the current models, yeah, it doesn't look like lake effect is going to be that likely for Oswego City and Fulton. So sucks for us, but anyway, this is the again another radar image, or well, forecasted radar image. But this is the again towards the 4 kilometer high rise NAM, and you see lake effect snow, but then it'll be falling for a lot of the region, and then there looks like a little bit of a synoptic, like kind of like looks a little bit like a clipper like system, I guess, an area that like a synoptic system that's going to be bringing, maybe like a quick coating to 2 inches of snow will be moving through, and then that's going to enhance again, bring down more cold air from Canada and enhance this quote unquote polar vortex. Here, this is the quantitative precipitation forecast fields. So this is the QPF starting at 0Z tonight. It looks like we have a bunch of precipitation localized off Erie, which is actually the National Weather Service in Buffalo made a discussion saying that areas in the localized areas in the heaviest part of the bands can see up to about 70 inches of snow. And if you think about it, 72 inches would be 6 feet. So, yeah, this snow is probably going to be taller than some women and men. A lot of petite women their snow walls will be taller than them. All right, and then again, Jefferson County, St. Lawrence County, you too. Looks like you'll have a good band forming. And then this is 12Z tomorrow. And as you see, it looks like a lot of areas in the Tug Hill region are going to be really impacted. Again, off of Erie as well. But yeah, no, according to the 4 kilometer high rise NAM, it doesn't look like Oswego should really be getting into the to the big lake effect snow bands, but definitely keep our eye out at the end of the week, like I said, about that possible lake to lake connection with that northwesterly flow. So anyway, now we'll be looking at the 850 millibar temperatures and winds, and again, it looks like a deep trough of cold air is over our region. Again, with that wet southwesterly synoptic flow, the Tug Hill, and the people in southern Erie and Chautauqua counties are going to be having their hands full. And then again, the synoptic system is going to enhance, like that clipper-like system I said, like you just saw, it's going to enhance more cold air evecting into our region, which will keep the rest of the week cold through Sunday. So now I'm actually going to go into BuffKit, and I have the current model runs in BuffKit, so we can look at some soundings. This is LO1, or the buoy that is in the middle of Lake Ontario. So right now this is 1 p.m. this afternoon, or 18Z this afternoon, so this is the 18Z NAM. Let's change this to the map so you can see where the cool thing about BuffKit is actually over here on the left. They have special lake effect tools, because actually BuffKit it has a name BuffKit because it was developed in Buffalo. So it was actually pretty much it was made with a lot of specific tools that were for lake effect. And you see one here is you see this green box right here. This is showing where the band's placement is most likely to occur. And based on the colors, you see there's red, there's yellow, and there's green. Green means it's likely. Yellow means it's possible, and red means it's probably not going to happen. But yeah, you have this nice, you have these really nice setup. It looks like over Erie, Chautauqua, and then also over the tug, it looks like we're going to have a negative omega, which is really good for lift. So you want rising air, because that rising air is really creates instability. And since we have a negative omega, it looks like up to around, almost 500 millibars. That that bodes well for lake effect snow. Although our thermal cap doesn't look too hot, because our thermal cap looks like it's about 810 millibars or so. But as we go through the night, um, yeah, it doesn't look like it should be that. It doesn't look like a good chance right now. But oh man, that is some really strong negative omega. And again, looking through, I think the thing that's the I don't know. I don't agree with the models on this with this on because I honestly don't think one. I don't think based on just looking at the 4 kilometer high res NAM and the other models on AccuWeather Pro, I don't think the bands are really going to be set up over Oswego, right? Like the wrap is showing here, and at the same time with all this instability, I think there's going to be a higher thermal cap and definitely good lake effect snow formation. But if you look at Wednesday, this is Wednesday at 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. tomorrow. Apparently, the wrap has the band centered just right over Oswego with a strong negative omega, and it looks like a thermal cap actually around 750 millibars or so. So that bodes well for lake effect snow. I mean, I hope the wrap is right, because that would be great for Oswego. Um, Now let's look at the we can look at the NAM. So this is the 12Z run of the NAM. We'll look at both the 12Z and the 18Z. But this is the 12Z, and as I look forward, the NAM again has the bands centered generally more northward of Oswego. But again, it looks like 5, 6 a.m. It's kind of an agreement with the wrap. Good chance for band placement over Oswego, according to the 12Z NAM. Negative omega, although the thermal cap, though, is the only thing that's really not looking promising, because I'll show you down here. The thermal cap occurs where you have the temperature line, which is the red line, and the dew point lines where they really diverge. So the thermal cap be around 900 millibars in this sounding, because you see it gets really dry, huge dry pocket of dry air above 900 millibars or so. But at the but again, tomorrow looks good for lake effect snow. According to the 12Z run, the NAM. Just finish out this model run, and I'll go on to the 18Z. Yeah, so let's go to the 18Z NAM. So this is the run at 18Z today, and again, let's take a look at like about 5, 6 a.m. tomorrow. So Wednesday. All right, so Wednesday it's 6 a.m. It's showing again. It looks like it's promising for Oswego. Negative omega, thermal cap. It looks generally moist up to about 650 millibars, and then it really starts to get dry. So again, that looks good. Looks like we have the winds are actually, according to these model runs, are a west northwesterly flow. So I don't know actually. Between the models on the Penn State E-Wall and AccuWeather Pro, don't seem like they're agreeing with Buffkit. So actually, honestly, it might be a crapshoot tonight. Who knows? This is the GFS. So again, let's look at which run is this actually. This is the Looks like this is the 6Z GFS, but I'll see if I'll actually see if I can get the 12Z, because I know on AccuWeather the Pro the 12Zs are out. Just gotta sorry about that. And just get profiles, and we'll see what if we can hopefully get the 12Z run on the GFS. All right. Nah, doesn't look like it's giving us a 12Z. Sorry about that. So I guess this is the 6Z run of the GFS. And again, let's go to Wednesday around 5, 6 a.m. Again, it's showing. Oh, it's showing actually the GFS is showing Oswego getting a good wake effect snowband at 2 a.m. Tonight, or 7Z tonight. And yeah, negative omega. Thermal cap looks like it could be about at 600 millibars. So yeah, tonight, early tomorrow morning should be interesting based on these model runs. Again, it looks like here the GFS is showing it's Friday at 2 p.m. Yeah, another nice band over Oswego. But now it's getting really far out. So, but yeah, no, the model runs are. I'm interested to see what happens now that the buff kit data isn't really agreeing with the data on the websites. Um, so I guess this will be wrapping up my forecast discussion throughout the week. So I'll be posting screenshots of images. If you have a weather image that you would like to share with me, please do so. Just forward it on. Just post it on the Facebook page. I'll show you right here, but it's the New York State Weather Center. So I'll show you the page. Yeah, just post it on the New York State Weather Center, and this was student meteorologist Eric Drewitz from the New York State Weather Center. A better forecast for a better tomorrow. Signing off. I hope you enjoyed this forecast discussion, and I will be updating more frequently. I know it's gonna be hard that finals are coming up soon. However, that lake effect season is starting up and winter weather is starting up, and that's my forte. I'll be updating more frequently. So this is once again, this is student meteorologist Aaron Drewitz of the New York State Weather Center. Better forecast for better tomorrow. Signing off. Enjoy your day as we go.